I'm a very hard-working person all my life. Since I came to America, 3 days after I landed in this country, I worked 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I was going to school at night. But things happen. I received the summons from them one day. When I received it, first of all, the date on the summons was a month before than I received. And the letter was saying that I was supposed to answer it 20 days or 30 days after the date on the letter. But already, the date is already passed when I received it. So I was panicked.
This letter was a judgment against me because supposedly they had served the court papers, but not to me, to someone else in the building. So I had no idea about it at all.
I work as a billing manager. I love my job. Matter of fact, I was on vacation. When I came back to work, my payroll manager's like, hey, I need to talk to you. She pulls out the sheriff's notice. And I'm like, what does this mean? And she says, oh, they're going to take 10% out of your paycheck every 2 weeks. So I'm like, I can't afford this. And, I felt really bad and scared and nervous and like, what am I going to do?
What the debt buyers do, and they purchase these debts for very, very little money, pennies on the dollar, they turn around and they file cases in bulk. They hire debt collection law firms to litigate these cases on their behalf. And they use the court system as a collection tool.
The debt buying industry is based on the business model that they're going to bring a huge volume of cases, and that most of the cases people are not going to be coming in to contest the cases.
The numbers have been going up and up and up and reached really a critical mass in about 2008 when there were close to 300,000 cases filed in New York City civil courts alone in debt collection cases.
When I first started hearing about the stories, a lot of them were pretty shocking. A lot of the litigants that came into CLARO didn't even know they had been sued. We met with a lot of elderly people who would come in and say, I went to the pharmacy to get medication and I didn't have access to my bank accounts. Or they went to the ATM to withdraw money to buy groceries and they weren't able to because their bank accounts were frozen.
The problems that we see have been that people are not always notified about their court cases. They find out about a lawsuit long after the lawsuit has been filed and the plaintiff, the company suing the defendant, has already won their case against them. So people find out about a lawsuit when their bank account is restrained or they receive a notice of wage garnishment at their place of employment, or they receive some sort of notice from a marshal that their property is going to be seized.
The model of the debt buying industry and of the debt collection industry is a volume business where it's most cost effective that the people never answer and never contest the case. It's more cost effective for them to have really almost no evidence. It's not part of their business model to spend the money to have all the proof that they would need in court, because they don't want to be in court.
The number of people who have representation in court who are sued in these debt collection cases is absolutely minuscule.
This is not justice, and I think one of the things that the CLARO project was created to do is balance out the justice and the bargaining powers and the powers of unrepresented litigants versus companies with attorneys who have the ability to hire an attorney and send an attorney to court and prey on victims who have far less knowledge than them. Our biggest service that we provide to litigants are arming them with the tools to go into court on their own if they have to and represent themselves in court.
I was walking out of the court and I saw the huge sign right by the security guard, and that was a CLARO. And so I took the number and I came down to the office Friday and set up the appointment to see the lawyers there. He explained to me what's your right as a consumer and how to defend it. And I felt like so relieved. Now I know how to fight with and what to do with it. And that makes me so empowered.